Okay, hi everyone. This is Shannon with Cinderella's Mice. I'm just doing like a quick check-in, doing a quick, what do they call it? Checkup from the neck up. All right, I'm just trying to position this better. Have a little bit of a coffee, some coffee chat. Um, oh my goodness, I'm really feeling the crunch. Holy cow. My fingers are so sore from, the working with the tool ribbon. Um, this gets rough and it really roughs up your hands. So I'm having some coffee, chatting, and I'm noticing a lot of creativity out there. You guys are doing a great job. I'm seeing others out there really working hard to get into that push. And I just wanted to, let you guys know that I am rooting for you. Let's see what else. I am bagging and bowing. So you guys have seen the hat boxes, and then you've seen the small concept, with the little dish, bling wrapped. And then that had a body wash and a body mist and a bath bomb and, the facial headband. Um, that one is my small concept. I only did 2 of those. Like, I am like, so I've been at this, since last December. I haven't had a break because we're collecting, we're this hat box is an assembly line. So, I did the paint sticks and bling wrap them, and then the treat spa packs, and then so I made up a bunch of those, and then made up a bunch of the sticks, and then what I'm doing is I'm putting the sticks in the hat boxes, setting the treat pack in, putting the bear in, the perfume, and I remember when I did the lollipops. So it goes together a lot more fast, but that assembly line, pre-assemble stuff is a lot of work too. Um, I'm getting ready to do the flower candy bouquets. I don't even know who I am or where I am anymore. Cop it time, you guys. Hello, welcome to the live. How are you today? I see one person in here. Oh, good. We got 20 people in here. Hi, guys. How are you? I'm just doing just a quick checkup from the neck up, having some coffee time. Thought we could have a little bit of coffee chat. I just want to let everyone out there know that you're doing a really great job. I'm seeing lots of talent out there. Um, really seeing these ladies pull through and shining. Blessed Hands by Lillian. Oh my gosh, I do not know what it would be like to have your energy. I wish I had it. You are really banging out those concepts, girl. You're doing a great job. Everything is just so beautiful, exceptionally beautiful. Um, I've ran across a couple new people that have been around, but they're new to me. I got Nini's channel. She's got gorgeous stuff. She's an excellent teacher. Um, you're awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the live. How are you today? I just feel, what I don't like is feeling that burnout. And what that means is complacency sets in. And that is not a good place to be in when you're handling money. This is our season, right? And when you're dealing with money, it's like I just don't want to set something just to set it there, put something just to put it there, um, and defeat the purpose, right? So I'm dealing with burnout, I'm dealing with complacency, um, and so I'm having my coffee. I'm just having a little coffee. I feel like I go through it in phases. It's just, I went through it at Christmas. Um, I put this stuff together and, got it all out. And it's like about when I feel when I'm ready to go out, that's about when the complacency and stuff starts to set in. Um, Hi Lisa, how are you, sweetheart? I'm just doing a checkup from a neck up with some coffee, having some coffee chat. I was talking about burnout and complacency, and this is money, and I can't be dicking around with money, right? And so psychologically, I'm looking at a flower and I'm like, okay, we'll just put that there. We're just gonna put a flower here and we're gonna put a bow there and we're gonna call it good, right? And it's like, no, do I have any idea what I'm really doing? Because if I did, I just would not be doing that, right? Um, and I was talking about how, I've been at this, since completely last year. And these hat boxes go together nicely when you have a lot of stuff pre-assembled. But in that pre-assembly, you are working a lot of stuff in that. And, on top of it, if you have 10 items in a basket, that's 100 items. That's 100 bath bombs. It's your body washes and your loofahs and trying to keep all that organized and keep things going. It's a task and a talent, that can always be better perfected. So I'm ready to get out. I am bagging and bowing. Thank you so much. I decided my haircut, oh, I love it. It's short, but it needed to be short. It's got this um the scalp really bad. And this lady who cuts hair is like right next to where I live. And I'm like, I'm just going to walk in and see what she can do with this. Because once it gets all matted and stuff, there's like no reviving it because it's like dead. And then it just tangles all the healthy stuff. So I thought she did a great job about, with framing my face. Um, I like it a lot too. I appreciate you for that, sweetie. Um, Thank you. Another thing I wanted to discuss is I'm seeing people going out, like I saw them going out last Friday, and that's too early. For me in my area and what I experience with people being last minute, they are that last minute, right? I don't want people to get discouraged because there's some incredible talent out there. You guys are talented. It's just too early. There is such a thing. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden, they're rushing to your area and they want this and this and this and this. This looks great. I like that. I want this, and this. Um, I don't know what it is about last minute that all of a sudden they like our stuff. It's like I was out here last weekend, and they may have seen the brilliant bows and they may have seen the brilliant baskets, but I don't know why it's like an afterthought in that moment. But for some reason, last minute, they're really loving it. um, so I just want people to know, that if you did go out last weekend and you've been out all weekend, things have been slow or just not moving at all. It's because it's too early. It's crazy how that works. Um, so hang in there, guys. We're right here around the corner. I don't see how we can screw this up because Friday is payday, right? And that's for the weekly people. Valentine's Day is Saturday. The bi-weekly people who get paid on the 15th, that is a Sunday. Now, how it works with banks is it falls to the business day before because they're not, they don't do the weekend. So that means bi-weekly people who get paid on the 15th, that falls on a Sunday. That means they're also getting paid on Friday. So money helps And being very close to the holiday helps with moving your stuff. You'd be amazed just how, the economy is rough. People don't have any disposable income. They don't have any savings, flying by the seat of their pants and trying to think of their loved ones too. So money in the hand and opportunity, when those two meet, the basketer's happy and the purchaser's happy, right? Money and opportunity. And this Valentine's Day, that is going to be well met because they're paid on Friday and, Valentine's Day is Saturday. So there's money there and there's opportunity there, and the two will meet. People love that convenience. They don't want to go trudging in the stores. They don't, the stores don't offer the uniqueness of what I've seen basketers do. So I don't want you guys to get discouraged. I just want you guys to know, hi, how are you? My eyesight is still blurry because, so my medicine builds, and one of the side effects is blurry vision. So I'm trying to address you, and I can't see. Hi, Kimberly Showers. I can make out that. Hello, sweetheart. And I finally got a doctor's appointment in with my doctor, but it's March 3rd. So, man, that's a whole nother fiasco. They got bought out by a larger company, right? And so this larger company is trying to integrate and roll over the smaller, company's website and everything that involves that into the new website. Well, when they did that, they have an area where you can schedule an appointment, but they left my doctor off of it. So they have a facility site, then they added him, but then they forgot to add him in the area where you make appointments. And it's just been a real mess. And that to me is just insane. I was talking with the people. I'm like, do you understand how insane this is? I can't get to my doctor. My doctor can't get to us. He, especially in my area, because it's Arizona and it's sunshine like 9 months out of the year, which means we have a lot of the older population here. So his need is huge, And I was like, do you understand how insane that is? She's like, oh, I get it. I'm like, do you really? We can't get to our doctor and he can't get to us. Do you really understand? She's like, oh, I do. And I was like, can you send something to tech support? She's like, I am going to do that right now. So I ended up physically having to go to his office and talking with the lady. And we were able to work it out to where I could make an appointment, but this is just nuts. So, like I said, you guys are doing awesome. Just a simple coffee talk here. My hands, this stuff, when, you're rubbing on your hands as we're bringing this around, holy cow, that adds up. So my hands are very sore. So, what I'm doing is I'm making up a little bit at a time, and then I'm attaching them to the baskets, resting them for a few, and then making a little bit more, and then, so I don't shred my hands to pieces, right? So I guess what do they say in this part of the race? Slow and steady gets the job done. So how's everybody doing so far? Did anybody go out yet? How are you doing? Does anybody want to add in on that? Your hands hurt too. I'm so sorry, Kimberly. You do like some of the most gorgeous stuff that I've seen. I love your concepts. They're very unique. They're very on point. What was it? Someone said that, in the end that it's worth it. Just hang in there, girl, because I feel your pain. Ooh, and it's just, you know, and you're just rubbing it on that mesh, and just, oh my gosh. Ooh. So, you know, you guys basically, so I did doing Bear in the Hat box, and then I posted a small concept. I just did 2 of those. I got another concept that I'm going to be posting the night before, and then I'm getting ready to do, you know, 4 candy flower bouquets, and then that's it. I am done. But I am so close to crunch time. This is crazy. I don't like being this close to crunch time and bowing. I like to have, you know, the majority, like if not all, of that stuff done, just to be able to breathe in for a few. I was talking about burnout. Burnout sucks. Being blocked sucks. And let's see here. Complacency sucks. So we're gonna get things moving. I'm gonna be going out Friday and Saturday. I know everybody's gonna do great. So I just wanted to hop on for a few and, you know, let you guys know that I'm really rooting for you. And you guys are gonna do a really good job. And, you know, then for the ones who are gonna do Easter, Easter is April 5th. And for what I understand, Mother's Day is just going to roll right after that. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I pray for great abundance and wealth and health and everything for you too. I know that us basketers have been going through health issues, and that is no joke when we're dealing with our season. So I pray for health and wealth, Lord. I pray for abundance and well-being and good cheer, Lord. For those of us who are complacent, Lord, this is money. This is important. Help us keep fourth hand and a priority, Lord. Guide us and direct us and keep us safe. And for that, I give you all the honor, glory, and praise, Lord. Amen. Okay, prayed for. I like that. I always feel, you know, that lightness after prayer. Amen. Absolutely. Feel that, you know, I feel it. And I like that. I like that feeling that I get after I pray. So for those of you who are doing Easter, my God, I don't know how you guys do it. God love you guys. You know, because then Mother's Day is right after Easter, just like it was last year. You know, you guys hold your gold, man. Hold your gold. Oh my goodness sakes. Well, hello. I think I'm having a hard time pronouncing your name. Welcome to the live. Have you guys been following Yummy Tea Cakes? Man, that girl is on it every year. She can turn and burn those baskets like no tomorrow. You know, and it's like she says, it doesn't take a whole lot. You know, she's really targeting and, you know, hitting goals, and she's got it well within her means to surpass what she originally wanted to do. And I think that's awesome of her to do that. She's got the space. There's a few basketers that have the space that can really line things up and just have that area dedicated to just that. You know, but when we have it all over our houses, oh my God, it's overwhelming. It's really hard to shuffle. It's hard to work with. It's hard to stay organized. You know, so, you know, I want to say if you're new and you're thinking about getting into this, you know, think long and hard. And, you know, if you don't have the space, I just don't suggest doing it because it is quite a, exactly. My house is now a storage shed. Thank you, Kimberly. Well said. My house is now a storage shed too. And it's not a temporary one. It's like been like that for the past 2 years. I think I can see why I'm on burnout. um, I just really suggest, you know, not getting into it only because it's a lot. You're storing like 100 items if you're just doing 10 baskets, and that's just 10. I don't know how these ladies do 40, 50, 100. Some of them are doing 1,000. I don't know how they do that. But that is, I'm handicapped, so that's really not even a realistic thing. Um, you know, so yeah, it's not fun living in a storage unit. I'm so tired of looking at bath bombs and stuff. You know what I mean? Like just product. I don't want to see another thing. I don't want to shop for another thing ever again. I always like reference like that movie Brewster's Million, where the old guy is like, Brewster, I'm going to make you so sick of spending money, you're not going to want to spend another dime ever again. That's how I feel. I know I've heard a lot of other basketers that are just wanting to be done with Valentine's and go on to the next holiday. And we've been having these bad ice storms all across the country, and trying to having to work within that element is very rough. Um, very rough for people. Hello, welcome to the chat. So yeah, it's like really how I feel about it. It's a different dynamic when, shopping and, oh my God, it's like 1,000 this and 1,000 that, and oh Lord. So yeah, I feel like the movie Brewster's Million. I'm gonna make you so sick of shopping, you're not gonna look at another cart ever again. Oh my God, am I feeling that? So, yeah. That's how I'm feeling. And I'm so happy to get these bows on stuff. This year is going to be my first year doing like the bouquets. So I'm happy that I'm going to be getting to do those. I'm not going to be doing many. I'm only doing 4. And one of them is a pre-commitment to a friend because he's been very helpful for me throughout the year. So I'm giving him a free basket for doing that. I was going to say, they say, don't make decisions unless you have a clear mind. Boy, I just wasn't thinking on a lot of stuff. I have a very big car, a huge car, but I'm only going to be able to fit like 3 of these hat boxes in it, right? And granted, I go across the street, but that's a lot of trips and, something that just shouldn't. So fortunately, he's got a truck and he's going to help me take this stuff on over. Outside of that, this would just be nuts. Like I just gotta like stir the pot, right? I just really gotta, throw a monkey wrench into stuff. And so I'm really thankful for that. And then because I had gotten heat stroke last year, I got a lot of stuff left over for Mother's Day. So I'm pretty much done. And I'm happy about that part. Very happy about that part. From a financial standpoint, it's not a healthy view to have because from a financial standpoint, you want to be moving your business and working your business. It's called, what would you call it? Gross product development. But when I look forward to the fact that I don't have to do a lot this year, that's a problem. That is a problem. It means that I'm not in this anymore for money. It means I'm not doing this for the reasons that, you know, that it's needed to be, and that's a bad mindset to have. That's a bad attitude to have. That's a bad business model to have. You know, well, less I have to do for the next holiday, and oh, well, less I have to do next year. That is procrastination, and it's complacency at its finest, and that will hurt your business. You know, from a financial standpoint of view, you want to be growing. You know, you want to be, you know, selling stuff, right? And buying more and selling stuff. That's how this works, you know, but you don't want to be, you know, storing up stuff in your house and then get in that mindset, well, it's less I have to do for the next holiday. No, I mean, you're not making money that way, right? And I don't want to have that um nowhere near. I mean, that's like, you know, I really take a look at my thinking if I'm thinking that way. You know, look where I'm going, because I tend to go where I'm looking. And what that means is I'm very burnt out. I'm in complacency. I'm overworked. I'm very tired. I'm overwhelmed. And when self care comes into that, well, I mean, there just isn't. It's not there. There's no such thing. It's called more coffee. Anybody who says they're doing self care, they're full of shit. they're running, they're wandering around the house just as bewildered as you are right now. You can relate, Kimberly, huh? There is no self care. It's called coffee and rest when you can. If you get to. Oh my God. And that's just the truth of it, you know? Oh my gosh. Baskets by La Brenda, girl. La Brenda's in the house, y'all. She is an OG. I was just talking about burnout, complacency, bad business models, you know, bad ideas that get worked into our business model against our own will. And what that means is, you know, if I catch myself saying, well, less I have to do next holiday or less I have to do next year, you know, you're not making money in your business. Like, where, you know, I can't have that thinking creeping its way into the business model, right? I mean, no sane person in their right mind would accept that as a reasonable. Right? You know, and so I was talking like about that, and I was talking about, you know, people, you know, about that self-care that we need, and you know, all that warm and fuzzy stuff. There's no such thing in this, not right now. I was saying, you know, for those who are saying they're doing self-care right now, they're full of shit. Have as much coffee as he can. And there it is. That's it, right? Um, I was saying, you know, if they say they're doing self care, what that means is they're wandering around their house just as bewildered as you are. There's no such thing as that. Y'all know we tired. Yes, that's the enemy. I know. Just want to snuggle for a bit with the enemy. Just, um, you know, it's like that. You know what I mean? So, let me just, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, so, you know, I pray for, you know, sanity and get us through that next best thing. And, you know, help us to take whatever we can get and provide that availability for that, because I'm not doing that for myself. I cannot do this by myself. You know, I can't keep track of my own time. I can't keep track of nothing right now. You know, I was saying how sore my hands are, you know, from doing so many bows with this, you know, those, all that tugging and stuff, and it just constantly rubs on your poor fingers, and that really wears on them. That Brenda's laughing. Oh, you can relate. You can relate. Oh, Lord, I'm finite. And yeah, pacing ourselves, slow and steady gets it done. And you know, just we are where we are. It's okay. We don't need to stress any further. If we're bewildered, okay, that's normal. You're not alone. You know, a lot of us are doing this out of our houses. You know, I'm shuffling a box full of ribbon around my skillet, you know, to try and cook, right? And I've got stuff everywhere, on the couches, on the floors, all over the kitchen table. And, you know, um, so we need to pace ourselves so that we don't burn out. Yeah, and you know, I don't know, this self-care thing. I know we need it, but I ain't doing it. And you know, thank God that it's happening as close to the holiday as it is. You know, because now that shift up and getting that all out, and now we're moving it, you know, hopefully, you know, puts me in a better energy. Because I know last year for Mother's Day I was so burnt out. I got a big trunk, you guys, and I had those little balloons taped to the side of a, you know, a box concept. I put the box full of these in the trunk of my car, closed it. Well, the arm of the trunk of the car bent half the balloons, and I'm just like, oh, that $20, just 15. You know what I mean? I really don't want to defeat that purpose, and here I am. And yet, you know, because I was so tired, and, you know, was dealing with burnout, and, you know, here I'm, you know, wrecking things, right? And, you know, fortunately, you know, people went for the 15, and what balloons didn't get hit with the trunk of the car, yeah, you know, I was able to move for 20, but, you know, still, did that have to happen? No. I just wanted to crawl in and go to sleep in the trunk of the car. Just leaning on a bear to hold me up, please. um, you know, so I just wanted to offer, you know, some support for those who are dealing with burnout, you know, and we just prayed and take those, you know, mental breaks like what I'm doing right now because my hands are so sore. But other than that, how is the weather going across the country? Is anybody experiencing any rough weather? Is anybody experiencing any um weather? I know last year for Valentine's, we had a storm. It rained. I had to bring stuff in, and then I went back out, and the wind had damaged a couple baskets. I'm really hoping, you know, that's not going to be the case this year. I'm going to be dressing warm and cold, if that makes sense. Somebody wearing long sleeves with some jeans and bring an overthrow with in case it gets colder. But our weather yesterday, it was really hot. The day before that, it was hot. So I'm curious to see, if we can have cooler weather, with no wind and no rain, I'd be happy. If not, I got see-through plastic shower curtains that I'll be throwing over this stuff, and then wither it out, kind of a thing. Oh, coffee is good. So, all right, I just wanted to jump on for a few, give you guys some support, have a little bit of coffee. I think I'm gonna go sit outside for a bit and get some fresh air. Maybe air out the cats too. They're feeling the stifledness. And I just want to wish you guys all the best. You guys are doing great. I prayed for you, and I know you guys are going to do well. All right, this is Shannon with Cinderella's Mice. I will talk to you soon.